syrup with fresh lime juice, and the egg white, okay?
That's interesting.
What's it called?
Oh, that's what makes the foam.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Victor B. Morris created our recipe with 3 ounces with Pisco, 1 ounce of simple syrup, 1 ounce of lime juice, 1 ounce of egg white, with many ice cubes in this instrument, the shaker, okay? But it was a good recipe by Victor B. Morris. Why I say was? Ladies and gentlemen, students, are you ready to show you how made our Pisco sour in Ruby Bar?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Please,
Listo.
don't turn. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Very good. Ladies and gentlemen, probably you need to drink Pisco, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you know.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please, first we have to take a container or a glass like this, and then we have to use this instrument, please. Do you know what is the name for this instrument?
Measuring jigger.
Yes, I say here first. Who's the sugar? I have your name?
Kevin.
Kevin. Kevin, the small side full is 1 ounce. The large side full are 2 ounces. In Rumi Bar, we don't like to use the small side. We prefer to use the large side. Okay? And ladies and gentlemen, with our jigger and our pure Pisco, we have to put the first portion in our large side and will be full. Ladies and gentlemen, question. Do you think like my Pisco, another 2 ounces more, or 4 ounces? The same question, ladies and gentlemen. Do you think it's better with 4 ounces or I have to put more Pisco? Sorry?
Four is good.
Then is the sugar or simple syrup. But ladies and gentlemen, this simple or sugar syrup is special in Rumi Bar. Why? Because we made this simple syrup. We made in Rumi Bar our simple syrup. But yes, the sugar syrup is easy. Hot water and sugar. But we use those ingredients and we add something special to make or create our simple syrup. That is a secret and is safe in my beautiful bowl. What do you think? Which ingredient is safe here? What do you think? For 20 points.
Vanilla?
No, think you closer.
Cinnamon?
Closer, not actually. What do you think? Remember, you are in Cusco.
Corn.
Corn, black corn.
Corn. No,
Purple.
no, purple corn, no. Okay, 20 points for Daniel, right?
You mean
Ladies-
sacrifice.
Alpaca.
Blood.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Salt.
exactly, madam.
Oh, good.
Remember, you are in Cusco. The coca leaf is so important in our culture because it's traditional to use the coca leaves probably in infusions, in a tea, sometimes to medicine. In this case, we give a flavor our simple syrup. We take a small portion to infusion in our hot water, then add the sugar, okay, and create our simple syrup, and then get a regular, a small flavor in our simple syrup.
So it helps us.
In this case, ladies and gentlemen, we use just 2 ounces. Two ounces. The next one, ladies and gentlemen, is the fresh lime juice. Fresh lime juice. And the fresh lime juice, we use a special fruit. Remember, tell me with your mind, yeah? Imagine, there is in many countries a fruit that is a little bit, that the color is yellow, right? That is lime in many countries, yeah? But in Peru, that is lemon. And we don't use the lemon because it's so sweet. because it's better to eat, yeah, but not to make a pisco sour or ceviches. ¿Vale? Sorry. This juice to make our classic pisco sour because again can get the regular balance about texture, okay? And we just cut the fruit, then get the difference and get this juice, and we have to put 2 ounces. At the moment, my pisco sour are with the 4 ounces pisco, 2 lime, 2 sugar syrup, right? The last one ingredient, our protein. What do you think? How much egg white I have to put in my pisco sour?
2 ounces.
2 ounces. Lana, you say 2 ounces over there.
1 ounce.
Dash. Why? There is a reason. Ladies and gentlemen, I told you, our pisco sour is a traditional cocktail, drink, yeah? A delicious drink. Yeah? If you put too much egg white, probably you will, or your pisco sour, becoming an omelette. We don't need an omelette in our pisco sour, right? The omelette have to be in your bread, okay? For that case, we use just a splash egg white. But probably you are thinking that I have to put ice cubes close with a shaker, yeah? Made like a Daddy Yankee music, right? Shaky, 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 shaky. I'm so sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but my arms is not as strong. I will exercise, promise, yeah? The next month exercise. But tonight, in this case, we can use this beautiful Inca's machine, ladies and gentlemen. Inca's blender. No. But it's possible to use a blender, and we can put all the ingredients inside, okay? And with some seconds, turn on our blender.
Don't do it very long.
Probably just 3 seconds.
3 seconds.
1, 2, 3. That's it. But remember, my pisco sour is not ready. Why?
Bitters.
Because need to be freezing first.
Oh.
Need to take a temperature. In another glass or shaker like this, we can take many ice cubes. Many ice cubes, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, many ice cubes. Because we have to make the refreshing procediment.
Now you exercise.
Next one. Okay.
So you don't shake it.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, with a bar spoon or large spoon like this, we can put inside and make this move. Yes? Just the refreshing procedure. Stir, now shaking. Do you remember the word?
Yeah.
Who say that?
James Bond.
James Bond.
James Bond. James Bond is a martini lover, and he say every time, shake it, not stir, right? But you are in Rumi Bar with Daniel, and by Daniel, it's stir, now shake. Okay? Can you see outside? It's a little freezer, right? It's a little freezer. It's a little freezer, right outside. But need to take a moment. Why? Ladies and gentlemen, because when we put in the glass, official Quero glass, our pisco sour will be without ice cube. Pisco sour don't need ice cubes in the glass. No. But Daniel, why you don't put the ice cubes in the blender? It is a secret. Huh? Extra information. Why we don't put the ice cubes in the blender? Because remember, the ice cubes are water. Okay? And if you put in the blender, probably you will got too much water in your pisco sour. And the water is not good either in your pisco sour. Right? For that case, we make the refreshing procedure. But, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't be original Quero glass. No. It's not the original Quero glass. The original Quero glass is it, ladies and gentlemen. It is the original Quero glass. And extra information, ladies and gentlemen. The Quero glass, many times ago, was so important by Inca's culture. Why? Because the Incas used the Quero glass in a specific ceremony. For example, in Cusco is the most famous ceremony, the Inti Raymi, that we celebrate now in this moment, June 24. Okay? And Incas drink or say cheers with the gods, principal, the sun and the Pachamama. Do you know what is Pachamama?
Earth.
Mother
Mother
Earth,
Earth.
yes,
Mother
sir.
Earth.
And drink with chicha. Do you know what is chicha?
Small.
A corn.
Corn beer, or Incas beer. That is alcoholic drink that we can take it white corn, make a fermentation with water, and get this alcoholic drink, chicha. Okay? But this was imported by our Incas. Okay? In Rumi Bar, this glass is so important by our bar staff, by my person, by my partner Emily that helped me. Do you think why is so important this glass in Rumi Bar? Sorry? I have your name? Sandra. Sandra.
Sandra gets 20 points.
No. Sandra get a gift. Small bottle Pisco. Yeah? Sandra is a good student tonight. Thank you so much, Sandra. But my cat is wrong number.
What is Sandra gonna do?
What was the answer? What did
Sandra,
Sandra say?
Sandra, why did you room tonight?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my
Ladies and
God.
gentlemen, yes. This glass is so important by to save our tips after our lesson. No, I'm joking, Thank you. But it's possible to live here, right? Yeah? Thank you so much. We continue our class. So, my Pisco sour probably is ready because take a moment with the ice cream, yeah? But in this moment it's a hard part for me because I have to make a sacrifice. That is to taste. Okay, second sacrifice. I don't know what happened. Probably need more Pisco. No, I'm kidding. It's ready, our Pisco sour. It's ready. Yes, have the regular temperature, sweet and the sour. It's good. Okay? So, I told you that our Pisco sour don't need ice cubes in the glass. For that case, we can use this instrument, the bar strainer. Okay, the bar strainer. And we can put it in the top like this, okay? And with one hand and one finger, we can take both, like this, okay? And in our glass, we have to put our Pisco sour with 2 times. We can put the first time, start, yes, and arrive in the half, yeah? And in a moment, stop, because you need to mix it again. You need to mix it again, but ladies and gentlemen, you need to move just your hand, yeah? Not your arm, not your body, yeah? Just your hand, please. And we can complete all Pisco sour in our glass, and it's a perfect portion for one glass. One glass, exactly, okay? And the last ingredient to decorate our Pisco sour is the bitters. Angostura bitters, ladies and gentlemen. Victor B. Morris put 3 drops to decorate his Pisco sour. But in Rumi Bar, we decorate with something special. Can you see those 2 tubes here? Yes, can you see? 2 tubes? Yeah, can you see glitter? Because it will be like my pencil, like my canvas. And in this moment, I don't be Daniel. I am Leonardo da Vinci. Because I will write a beautiful letter. Let me to show you. Yeah, let me to show you. I will pass. Yeah. Can I take? Yeah. Okay.